DJ here. The Canon EOS M50 has been my main camera for 1.5 years now. And before that, I had the original Canon EOS M1. I used that one for maybe 3 or 4 years. And with that, you can see that I'm not a big fan of replacing my camera every year or whenever a new one comes out. I just think that's a waste of money. But I do like seeing how manufacturers push their technologies forward. That being said, here's a list of things that I want the Canon EOS M50 Mark II to have if there will ever be another M50 camera down the line. I tried to keep this list within reason, meaning I only tried to put things that Canon might actually put in the M50 Mark II. Some things to keep in mind: Canon seems to be focusing all their research and development budget for the R system. Another thing is that the M6 Mark II is still the flagship M today. So some features might be reserved for that, as well as the EOS R. This list won't also include Canon's new bucket of standard features that they will put into every new camera, like the 32 megapixel sensor, the improved IAF, and things of that nature. And some of the items on this list might very well be a feature of the M5 Mark II if there will ever be one. The first thing on my list is a reinforced bottom plate. And I would say that the M50 feels cheap compared to the original EOS M, which felt like a tank. Just kidding, but yeah, the M50 is marketed as a light and travel-friendly camera, hence they kind of cheaped out on the materials for the body. But something, I wasn't worrying about that then, but this post on DP Review got me concerned. In this post, the M50's bottom plate cracked when it was being used with the Peak Design capture clip, which I also use. The camera was connected to a big lens, and usually those big lenses from Canon have their own tripod collars where you can attach mounts and Arca Swiss plates too. And this may very well be a user error, but still, it's something to be concerned about. Number 2 on my list is USB-C and with power delivery. Reason being, USB-C everything, that's simple. It's we're heading to 2020, and all the devices that are coming out today have USB-C on them. Regarding power delivery, I know it's better to just wish for a bigger battery for the M system, but looking at what we have now, I'm pretty sure the next M camera will have an LPE12 battery or an LPE17. I mean, look at the EOS RP. That's a full frame camera, but it has the LPE17, so I don't think Canon's putting any LPE8s or E6s to the Canon M50 or the next Canon M. Number 3 is control wheel. The Canon EOS M1 had it. It was very useful. So that was a combination of a control wheel on the back and a D-pad. So it has a lot of functionality. The EOS M2 and the M3, M5 and M6 all had it. So I think the M50 deserves it. Next thing on my list is a rubber mic cover. Now this one might be a nitpick, but I really find that the mic cover on the M50, the plastic one, is annoying and it's hard to open compared to the HDMI and micro USB port cover on the other side, which is rubberized. That's way easier to open without using any guitar picks, any tools, whatever. And while we're at it, why don't they cover the rest of the M50's face with that rubber or faux leather material that they use for the M6? I know the M50 is meant to be below the M6 and M5, which are cameras that have the rubber cover, but like I said before, the M50 feels cheap, and I think that skin would make it feel less cheap and a little more robust. Number 5 on my list is a headphone out. Now the M50 is more of a vlogging or video camera compared to the M5, which is a photo camera with the extra dials. I mean, the M5 can do video, but it flips down, which doesn't work with any tripod mount without using any adapters. So the M50, I mean, with its swivel screen is geared more towards video, so why don't you put a headphone out with that? Last thing on my list is a lens release switch. I don't know if that's what it's called or lens lock. I'll just call it this lens switch. I had a chance of using an M3 and M6 last week, and the switch on those two feels smooth. It just goes down straight, whereas the M50 has a tendency to get off axis and snag kind of sideways. I don't know if it's just my camera. I've never read about it in the forums or whatnot, so it might very well be my camera. But one more thing I noticed is that the M6 has a collar on the switch. I don't know if that helps, but yeah. I got the inspiration for this video from this video. He has some pretty interesting videos, so you might want to check him out as well. I'll leave his link in the description down below, and also maybe you can leave in the comment what your personal wish list for Canon's mirrorless cameras. And if you have any questions with the M50, M1, M3, M6 that I might be able to answer, also leave them in the comments down below. And that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.